This is Trans Guy Reacts, and my name is Nick. I make videos about women's basketball, collegiate and professional. Today, I want to talk about the Yahoo article that came out about the WNBA and its marketing abilities. Before I get into the video, if you are a new fan to the WNBA and you only care about one player or one team, I am not the video for you. I'm not the person. Go ahead and dislike this video so I don't come up on your feed anymore. But if you are a new fan who wants to know the history, the context of the WNBA, if you're an old fan looking for new content, I'm the guy for you. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and share. I do not allow comments. I think that that's a great way to be bullied, and I don't really have time for that. I do this out of the goodness of my heart. I love to share the information. I love to give the context, and if you rock with me, you rock with me. So I'm glad you're here. So let's get into this article. I do want to talk about this article. It's called, sorry enough, I scratch my nose a lot. My nose is always itchy, and it always gets itchy on camera. I think it's some kind of tick that I have. I'm just gonna have to deal with it. This article is from Yahoo Sports. It's called "How the WNBA is Preparing to Capitalize on Caitlin Clark and the Rest of the Incoming Star Power." This is by Cassandra Negley, and it was written on Tuesday, April 16th, 2024. She is a WNBA and women's college basketball reporter. I just think this article brings a light, just a little bit more context of like how the WNBA is trying to capitalize on this moment, because they've done a terrible job in the past of capitalizing on marketing. So yeah, let's just get into it. So Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Cameron Brink, Camilla Cardoso are officially WNBA players. Now what? There has been no more pivotal moment for the WNBA than this one, with ready-made household names entering a league that has struggled for much of its existence to build them. The only thing comparable would be its launch in 1997 with Olympic superstars. The task now is to keep the audience developed in the collegiate ranks, as upward of 24 million watch Clark, the number 1 overall pick of the Fever, and Cardoso, the number 3 selection of the Sky, in the national championship game. It's not only the Clark effect, though she is such a huge star. Her pregame for the draft was a cameo appearance on Saturday Night Live. Each time WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert stepped to the WNBA draft podium at the Brooklyn Academy of Music on Monday, she announced another established star with hundreds of thousands of social followers. "This is my 1997 moment," WNBA Chief Marketing Officer Phil Cook told Yahoo Sports ahead of the draft. And a side note, I have done a little breakdown on the WNBA marketing folks, and I'm not sure if that video is going to come out before or after this one, but it kind of breaks down these folks and gives a little bit more context to who they are and what they've done in the past. So it's very interesting to hear their perspective, and mostly Phil Cook's perspective. He's the new CMO. So yeah, he says, "This is my 1997 moment," the WNBA Chief Marketing Officer Phil Cook told Yahoo Sports ahead of the draft. "You have household names coming in. You have an amazing league. The benefit I have is an amazing platform that's been built for the last 27 years that they're just walking over to." UConn's Aaliyah Edwards and Nika Mule played in front of 14.2 million TV viewers in the Final Four last week, going up against Iowa's Clark and Kate Martin, who was selected by the two-time reigning champion Las Vegas Aces. Reese drew nearly as loud of applause as Clark. Alyssa Peely and Elizabeth Kitley built massive collegiate fan bases. Their schools have more followers in many cases than the WNBA teams. All facts. When Cook, a longtime Nike executive, came into the league in December 2020 as its first CMO, he thought of the league's marketing in terms of 144 players carrying both an on and off court story. That's 288 stories, and that becomes cumbersome. "You realize you can't be so democratic," he said. "The fandom just won't come with you. And the success of other leagues that focus on athletes, they focus on the few and the rest kind of carry on." And that's, side note, commenting on that, he's absolutely right. I can't believe that he came into the league thinking that he would have 144 different personalities. That's wild. That's really naive of him. But I'm glad that he figured out that we're going to focus on a few, and yeah, the others will follow, and we'll see how things go. You need to have your LeBrons and your Kobe's, right, to really sell the league. Back to the article. One often used phrase missing from Engelbert's pre-draft remarks was a rising tide lifts all boats. Clark was the rising tide at Iowa, but as fans tuned in, they came to know Martin, Gabby Marshall, Molly Davis, and Hannah Stuelke. Casual observers became invested in Iowa, the team, and the program. And with a smaller pool of bigger names rather than a big pool of smaller names, Cook can better market the conflict between them to casual or incoming fans. Many of those millions watching the college game have never interacted with the WNBA. Side note, yes, they have it, and it's quite annoying. I can't stress enough how, like, it's fine if you're ignorant, but a lot of the ignorance comes with, like, judgment and, like, oh, why is it like this, and blah, blah, like, very, very pointed and being like, a lot of the new fans from Iowa are very, like, centered on Iowa and not caring about anything else that's going on in the league, and that's a little frustrating as a person who's been following the league for 20 plus years, to have new fans come in and be, like, incredibly disrespectful to the entire league and just, like, dismiss all of the stuff that other people have done and call veterans jealous when they have no idea what they've been through or what their status is right now, because a lot of it's just, like, not even true and misconstruing things, and that's also the media. But yeah, it's just a little challenging, and you want to be open-minded because you want those fans to stay, but you're also like, we don't want, I know for me personally, I don't want, like, negative fans. I don't want people coming in talking shit and only caring about their own team. Like, you can care about your own team, but don't talk shit about everybody else. Like, that's incredibly unnecessary and, like, not the way that the league functions. Rivalries are fine, but don't be nasty, is what I'm saying. All right, back to the article. We were marketing the league as this group of 144, 12 teams. We're an entity, Cook said, and now we're starting to act like a real sports league and promote the rivalry. This is so frustrating because I'm like, duh, like, there are already rivalries. We already had rivalries in the league, but, like, it's just now that you want to promote it. It's like the things were already there. It's just now you care. That's really what it is. So I'm like, Cook, you're kind of full of it. Cook described his first seasons on the job as a great 3-year internship. Internship? You're the CMO, and you're calling this a 3-year internship you had until this point? Now it's the big time, a perfect storm, creating a marketing dream that will determine the league's future. And this is why I'm like, executives don't do anything. They just come to meetings, they just give their opinion. It might be based on actual information and expertise, and a lot of times it's not. It's just their opinions, and they're just in meetings taking up time, making hundreds of thousands of dollars, and not actually adding anything to it. Like, a 3-year internship, bro. You were making hundreds of thousands of dollars for 3 years, and then now you're like, oh, now we got the Caitlin Clark effect. Now we can actually pivot and do the things that we should be doing. It's like, why are you in this role? That doesn't make any sense. All right. Okay, beef, rivalries, and tension. Cook is quick to say he did not have anything to do with the Phoenix Mercury's marketing of their home game against the Fever and Clark this summer, but he did quietly applaud it. Again, why are you the CMO? If you didn't even come up with any of these ideas, you don't even, like, have much of an impact on, like, how things are marketing. So basically the Phoenix Mercury marketing team came up with this marketing idea, and you're just like, good job, give my approval. Okay, so days after veteran Mercury guard Diana Taurasi told rookies, reality is coming, the team advertised the matchup with a graphic pitting Taurasi, the WNBA all-time scoring leader, against Clark, the NCAA's all-time scoring leader. The GOAT versus the Rook. This is so funny, because it is funny because, like, Diana does not care about Clark like that. She could care less about her. She's a multimillionaire. She's made her millions. She has done the most in the WNBA. She was just giving her honest opinion about how it is as rookies. When you come into the league, it's not easy. There's a transition. And people took that to mean, like, she didn't like Clark and she was, like, being mean to Clark. And she didn't even say Clark's name. She was talking about all the rookies, not just Clark. But yeah, we're creating rivalries, so it's fine. And it's great. I'm like, the GOAT versus the Rook. So funny. But I do think that these new fans are going to be very shocked by how bad Indiana is, and they're going to have spurts of greatness. But they won 2 years ago. They won 5 games. Last year, with Aaliyah Boston coming in, they won 13. So with Caitlin Clark coming in, I do expect them to win more. But I don't expect them to be great. There's just too many other great teams out there. But we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be completely wrong, but I don't see Indiana being good for a while. And these Iowa fans are going to be maybe disappointed at being on a losing team. But, you got to deal with it. Phoenix Mercury, I would say, though, aren't an amazing team either. They've gotten older. They've made some very sus choices in terms of coaching. So will they beat the Phoenix? Maybe they could beat the Phoenix. I'm not saying they won't, but I think that Iowa's going to be an amazing team. No, no, not right away. Not right away. All right, back to the article. Whether you've been here for a decade or a day, your chance to witness greatness is here, the Post read. That's the post that the Phoenix Mercury posted, so their marketing team, their specific marketing team. Cook said he first saw it upon release and had never seen such a social media post from a WNBA team. Rivalries, conflict, beef, tension, this is how the league moves forward with its product. We have enough identities that are stars in their own right that they can carry the narrative, Cook said. The league worked the past few years to create a cross-cultural names and build up and rebuild rivalries. Asia Wilson's Las Vegas Aces and Breanna Stewart's New York Liberty super teams are one of them. The WNBA Finals series was the most watched WNBA Finals in 20 years and the most watched Game 4 in league history. Yes, I'm like, Jesus Christ, that was like, finally we had something to be kind of excited about because the marketing just wasn't very good. And the media did try to turn like Kelsey Plum's words around and like make all these like insinuations and stuff like that, which is good, whatever, we're creating rivalries, but it's like, how long did this take? Why did the marketing take this long to do this? Silly. All right. This is a league where the talent is exceptional, the rivalries are intense, and where you tune in to watch a lot of games of consequence, Engelbert told reporters before the draft. The WNBA inherits a few more rivalries because of one-name stars who created strong followings in college, and there are more coming down the pipeline from the NCAA with time to build bigger brands. This summer could feature Caitlin versus Angel and the excitement of the Sparks, Brink and Rickea, Jackson against the Skies, Cardoso and Reese. Nobody is going to get no rebounds on us, Cardoso said when she learned the Sky selected Reese. Reese said it would be fun for the front court duos to square off. Both franchises are in full rebuilds, but are automatically an interesting watch because of their rookies. There's a benefit the league didn't previously have out of the draft. An ecosystem of working together. A year ago, the Fever barely made it onto national television despite adding 2023 number 1 overall pick and 2022 national champion Aaliyah Boston from South Carolina. Their season opener aired on regionally Bally Sports Indiana, and the following game, a Sunday afternoon contest at the recently formed New York Super Team, ran on Facebook and Twitter. Now Clark and the franchise will play 36 of their 40 games for a national audience. Their first 4 games are on ESPN2, Amazon Prime, ABC, and ESPN. That doesn't happen without investment and interest from those platforms. It has to do with the ecosystem, the entire ecosystem. WNBA Chief Growth Officer Coley Edison told Yahoo Sports, its corporate partners stepping up, its media partners stepping up, and I think it's really looking at the success of the NCAA and wanting to replicate that. Again, we've been saying it forever, if you invest, they will come. And I'm happy to see that Indiana will be on TV, though I'm like, I don't know if they're going to win. It's going to be a little disappointing. But it will expose those fans to the other teams and how much better they are than Indiana. And hopefully those fan bases will grow as well. So I am excited for the games to be on those channels. It's hard to overstate how imperative those massive viewership numbers will be this season. The media rights deal is up in 2025, and Engelbert has targeted it as the way toward a better league future, including higher player salaries and the potential for charter flights. This is an important year for us around viewership, around attendance, around all of the qualitative and quantitative factors that go into the evaluation of media rights, Engelbert said. Because, as I said to my team, there's not a day that if we're not working on things that feed into the evaluation of our next media rights, we're not focused on the right things. I'm very happy about Kathy Engelbert being the commissioner. She comes from Deloitte, and she knows how to raise money. She knows how to make money, and she brings those eyeballs and that connection to Deloitte. Cook said, Phil Cook said, oh my God, I'm so itchy right now. It's crazy. Cook said the league recognizes it has plenty of opportunities to show its game for the first time through TV, as well as social, player, and team channels. It already started by running a linear ad campaign for the first time during the NCAA tournament, featuring well-known former Final Four stars Arike Gumbawale and Brianna Stewart. The league poked fun at the welcoming 2024 class with Rikio cereal. Engelbert said it received a 94% positive ad sentiment. I really like those ads, by the way. This is a aside. I think they were really funny, but I think that a lot of people don't know who Arike Gumbawale is, and probably barely kind of remember Brianna Stewart because there's not a lot of media attention on her. So that is a little annoying, but those commercials were funny. They were pretty good. So, and they actually released another video with someone who's like at a corporate office talking about the WNBA and what's to come and welcoming the new fans. That's pretty funny too. So I think the ads are good. Oh, and there's another ad too with Caitlin Clark as a action figure, which I'm like, why weren't you? Like, it's an ad and it's not real, but I'm like, why didn't you make an action figure? That would have sold so much money. Like, yes, make action figures of the players. Like, people will buy them. Anyway, back to the article. We're working as a group to embrace that new audience and make sure it's easy to be a fan and get a great experience, Cook said. You understand what's at stake in every game, and if you can demonstrate and retain those views, our viewership numbers go up. Our numbers go up, the valuation goes up, and the valuation goes up, we get paid more money, and we all win. The league will also advertise heavily out of the Olympic break this summer to carry over that audience, Cook said. It was the 1996 Atlantic Olympics and Team USA's gold medal that ushered in the success of the WNBA's inaugural season around Lisa Leslie and Cheryl Swoops. The parallel in moments is obvious. The Team USA is going for an 8th consecutive gold in Paris with Stewart and Wilson at the helm. Clark could be on the team. The difference is the growth this time around can launch the league levels above anything it's ever experienced. So I think that's really true. That's the end of the article. I think that's really true. That the Olympic situation is a good catalyst for us. I mean, it is the reason why the 1996 Olympics is the reason why we even have a team, a league rather, and we've won every fucking 4 years. Every year we win the gold, but it's not like celebrated really. It doesn't carry over. The marketing teams in the WNBA never really capitalized on that and like spun that to people watching the games, because it would always be in the summer, and so it would be like, okay, well, we won the gold, and then now we have to finish the rest of the season, and none of those people who were watching the Olympics knew really about the WNBA. There was no ad spin about it, so that's something that needs to be addressed, and I'm glad that they're thinking about it. I think it's really interesting that people keep saying Clark is going to be on that team. I don't think she is. I don't think she is the caliber. She doesn't have the experience or the caliber of play to be on the Olympic team. But if they want to put her on for eyeballs, I guess. But like she's not there yet. She needs a little bit more time. Maybe the next Olympics, next 4 years from now, she should be on it. But I do not think she should be on the team right now. But with all that said, I'm very excited for this new direction. From the comments of Phil Cook, I am not impressed with him as a executive, and it doesn't sound like he's actually doing anything. He's just supporting what all of the other people who do the actual work in marketing, he's supporting them, which is very typical of people in C-suite. They don't a lot of times do a lot. They just kind of sit in meetings all day and make decisions. So anywho, that is the update on the marketing situation in the WNBA. This article is really good. I love Cassandra Negley's breakdown. It's pretty thorough and accurate of like what is going on. So if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. I apologize for touching my nose so much. It's always itchy. I don't know what to tell you. That's my kick. That's my thing. If it's an ick for you, sorry. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.